Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Truth Train here on the internet. I'm sitting here with Dex Carrington. Hello to you, sir.
Hello.
This is a podcast of opportunities and enthusiasm.
That's right. But it's also your number one source of truth.
It's where people come to know if things are the way they say it is.
I would say that if you're psychotic, you could probably get cured just by listening to this.
Probably. Mm-hmm. Because you think you were psychotic, and then you listen to this podcast, and it's like, I'm not psychotic at all.
The government was after me.
Yes. That car outside is looking inside my window.
And so the American Psychiatric Foundation got in touch with me last week, and they're actually using this podcast to now diagnose and cure psychosis and many other illnesses.
True. Nobody would argue with that. So let's start with our sponsor. We're sponsored by Lloyd & Mellon. It's a hot sauce. We don't have it right here right now, but
you have to believe us.
But just believe us, okay? We have a sponsor.
Yeah.
How much did they pay us? You don't even want to know.
You don't want to know.
You know, it's enough to make us all fat and giggly.
Listen, this is high international finance.
Right.
And also, you know, most hot sauces will claim to have, 2, 3, 4, maybe, flagship flavors. But Lloyd & Mellon, they have seasonal flavors.
That's true.
Right? Like one is, I think, Korean barbecue. And another one is, ginger something. And see, like people aren't brave enough to have seasonal flavors.
Lloyd & Mellon, proud sponsor of this podcast with their seasonal tastes.
That's right. Or with their bravery.
Bravery. The bravest sauce there is.
Brave new sauce.
I bring news.
Okay, I'm ready.
For today's podcast.
Wow.
I bring news from Australia.
Really?
I got a picture on our Instagram, which is The Truth Train. I believe it is. Mm-hmm. I think it is. Yeah. Truth Train on the Instagram. We're on TikTok as well. We're on all the social medias. Mm-hmm. And she showed me here a picture of her package. And that, I'm not saying that in a dirty way. No, I'm saying like a package of the hot sauce.
Hot sauce package.
Still not dirty, but a hot sauce delivered in a postal parcel. A parcel of hot sauce.
Yeah.
And
which is a testament to my fearlessness regarding the post office and
you
the
have
CIA.
proven yourself worthy.
That's right.
Of sending something in the mail.
I think the real victory there is that I sent something in the mail from one country to another without the CIA noticing.
So it's funny that we sent it from international waters.
That's right.
I mean, again, to Australia, which is not far from international waters.
That's true.
Our home.
Our hometown.
Our hometown. International waters. W43.
That's it.
Damn, guys, that hot sauce watch list is no joke. Sergeant Skippy says I'm going away for a long time.
Right.
Yeah.
She's now on the list.
So the government is coming for her.
Yeah.
I mean, her days are numbered.
Yeah.
She sacrificed her life for that hot sauce and this podcast, which I think a lot of our listeners would do. They would go to the grave for us. Our followers would follow us to the depths of hell.
They would sacrifice your life for a worthy cause.
Finally, something worthy.
So finally, something worthy to die for, which is this podcast.
So this is a summer of fun. It's a summer of family. This is a summer of getting out there, knowing each other, and making new friends, building on existing relationships.
Finding new ones.
Exactly, right? And just give me a second.
While you're over there, I might just say one thing that just dawned on me, and that is that, when I was in Canada in 2007 doing an extensive job, a party tour for Coors Light, where I was the cameraman and stuff like that, then obviously I developed a taste for pharmaceuticals. They were kind of my thing. Like some people enjoy strawberries, other like pancakes. I liked pharmaceuticals. So I went from doctor to doctor to doctor. It's called doctor shopping. And then when I went to my 7th pharmacy that day, they said, hey, you're blacklisted. And I just turned around and I ran.
Yeah.
Left the country, never came back. And that's why I think I have so much paranoia regarding watch lists in general.
Right.
You know? So it's just like, you know, when I go to a plant store, okay, I'm buying
which you do all the time.
Hey, I'm known for it. So I go in there and I go,
You go to like 7 plant stores a day and they, hey, we're on to you.
Yeah, because you can't buy too many in one or you make the list.
100%.
But anyway, I'm no stranger to them telling me I'm on a list. There was also a chiropractor I went to one time, and I said, hey, could you get me this, that, and this through your people? He said, no, you're blacklisted. I was like, God damn it. So once you've actually been blacklisted or a chiropractor you've never met tells you you've been blacklisted, that's when the fear starts escalating. So, right. So I mean, the wisdom here is don't get blacklisted.
Very important thing.
Wisdom. Hashtag wisdom.
Yeah. I'm glad you took that out of nowhere. But anyway, I'm talking about family.
Right.
Not watch lists.
Right. Nice.
I'm talking about how difficult it is to sometimes have kids.
Mm.
Okay. Sometimes it's difficult to have kids. Sometimes it's difficult to raise children. We can all relate to some degree, you know. Here's a family who have had some difficulties in the summer raising a family.
Details on a shocking case of long-term child abuse after the arrest of 4 people accused of abusing numerous children in their care. TV20's Hawa Izel dives into what started the investigation into the Columbia County family.
A single child brings a taser to a church camp.
Yes. Again, having a family is sometimes very difficult.
It is.
And like, where do you draw the line on parenting?
Right.
How do you teach them not to bring a taser to church?
Oh, man. Oh, wow. Oh, man.
And the fact that journalist is not laughing their asses off.
No.
I mean, again, the
professionalism
is there.
Yeah, she should do a course on how to keep a straight face.
But again, summer is tough.
It is.
And having a family is tough too.
That's right.
So
yeah.
Let's listen to how it can turn out.
Okay.
Okay. People want to have kids. A lot of our listeners are thinking about having kids.
Yeah, they are.
They are. Like, should I have kids? She really wants to have kids. Maybe a woman, like, he wants to have kids. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, let's see how this turns out. It didn't start out too well, I think. Just want to put that out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hours later, 9 children are in DCF custody due to the alleged actions of 4 adults.
Yeah, that's crazy hearing the things they would do to those children. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah, hopefully they're all in custody now, correct?
Court records show that Jill and Brian Griffith, along with their adult biological children, Dylan and Liberty, were arrested yesterday after DCF investigators found multiple abused children at their home in Fort White.
Yeah, it's a very nice, calm town, peaceful town, country town. Everybody keeps to themselves. And yeah, I would never know nothing was going on like that. I'm glad y'all are out here reporting on it.
DCF officials were alerted that something was off when one of the children showed up at a church camp held at Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints in Branford with a taser. According to investigators, many of the foster or adopted children were illiterate, and some didn't even know their own birthday. The children said they were kept in wooden cages around their beds for long periods of time. Others described instances of sexual abuse committed by Brian and Dylan.
Birthday is important.
I thought you were going to say birthdays are difficult.
That too.
Birthdays are hard.
Birthdays are hard.
Yeah.
What do you give somebody on their birthday? It's always an issue.
It is.
You know?
Yeah.
You go out there, okay, it's his birthday. What do I buy my kid?
What do you buy the person who has everything?
Or absolutely nothing.
That too.
Most likely nothing.
You're right.
But what do you buy a person that you don't know what to buy? Like you don't, isn't it then better to then teach that person or actually not teach that person their birthday, their date?
Right.
Like just tell them, hey, you don't have a birthday, to be honest.
Right.
So you never have to buy the kid anything.
Right. Right.
You know?
So
That's the way to go.
So how did they figure all this stuff out just because a kid brought a taser to a church?
Which I think, is that so bad?
What is?
A taser to church. What if Jesus had a taser back in the day?
Yeah.
Do you think they would have crucified him?
No.
They would have said, wow, what incredible power he has.
You don't mess with someone with a taser.
That's a guy with superpowers.
That's right.
We should fear him,
That's true.
right?
I wish I had a taser.
What by 2000 BC?
No, just in general. Just to protect myself.
Right.
Yeah. All the people trying to get me.
They have guns now.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but those will get you in trouble.
Yeah,
Right.
because the taser, nobody really can track back to you. Like they can never I mean, if you use it, that's probably legal. But how do you prove that they used it?
If you're a guy walking around with a gun, you're dangerous. You're a criminal. You're unstable. You're not trustworthy. You're off the grid. You know, like this is a dangerous individual. If you're a guy with a taser, you're just a guy who has started taking jujitsu, but isn't good enough to defend himself yet, and has a taser in the meantime.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
A taser is the equivalent of putting someone in a chokehold. It's totally harmless, and it's like mace. It's like mace is for women, pepper spray, bear spray, whatever. That's like the female one, and then a taser is like the feminine, manly thing to do.
What is the ultimate manly thing? That's the gun?
A grenade.
Grenade. I would agree with that.
Right.
That's the most manly
Imagine
self-defense weapon you have.
Imagine trying to rob a guy and he just takes out a grenade and pulls the pin in front of you. Like we're all going together.
Yeah.
Okay?
If I'm going, we're all going.
We're all going.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
And
not like
then it's a game of chicken, really.
it is.
And that's the manly part of it.
It is. It's like in the Deer Hunter, Russian roulette,
Yeah.
but better.
Yeah, way better.
Way better. So, I mean, listen, if I tried to rob a guy and he pulled out a grenade and he pulled the pin and he held it up and he said, "Oh, we're doing this together," and like grabbed onto me, you know, I mean, I'd be terrified. You know?
I agree.
Yeah, that is the manliest thing. But at the end of the day, listen, I think you could go around, you could tase, I don't know, probably 14, 15 people before they'd even bother calling the cops.
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
15 is the magic number.
But also, if you shoot someone, they don't care why you did it. But oh yeah, but he cheated on my wife. And no. You're going downtown.
Yeah. You
But-
canceled yourself now.
But if you tase someone, I think people are more willing to listen.
Why did he tase him?
Yeah, but no, because
exactly.
he stole my money.
Well, that's a reasonable explanation.
That's a reasonable tase.
Yeah, that's a reasonable tase.
Yeah. So tase and reasonableness go together. Tasing and reasonableness. But guns and reasonableness.
We're not for the algorithm's sake right now.
Uh-huh.
We're not saying people should tase anyone.
No.
We're against tasing.
That's right.
We're against it.
Mm-hmm.
We're just saying, of all the defense weapons there is,
Or revenge weapons.
grenade is the best one.
I got to be honest. If I did something bad to someone and they came after me with a taser, I'd be kind of grateful.
Yeah.
I'd say, at least it's not a gun.
It's at least. Or a knife.
Well, I don't know. I think a knife is more lethal. I like the taser.
Yeah, what am I saying? Or like a gun or a knife.
That's right.
Yeah.
Both bad news.
Bad news.
Right? But I feel that if I do something wrong, right? Let's just say this guy goes to an auction and he buys a cake that's like 350 years old. I eat the cake. I didn't know. And it was a very expensive
Yeah,
cake.
you should be tased.
I mean, I feel that if he tases me, I get the punishment, he gets satisfaction, and we can both walk away as friends.
Are you still eating the cake while being tased? And then like the cream is just like pouring out of your tased face? Which is very humbling too.
Yes, it is. It is. It is. That you can't even eat. So I just think I think tasers are like the solution to a lot of problems, really.
Right.
Because
Electricity.
I got to be honest. Like, if somebody wronged me, right, and I was so angry, and I had nothing to lose, and I felt the government was after me, and I had debt, and my whole life has fallen apart, and I lost my house, and my children are taken away, I think my brain would go straight for the gun option. Why isn't it more socially acceptable to think taser first? See, these are the real problems.
I mean, again, this is a discussion that should be had
by the government.
Yeah,
yeah.
They should have. Why are not people talking about this?
I think people should learn this in school as well.
Well, or at church.
Yeah, that's true.
Which he tried to do.
He did.
He brought it to tell people, hey, there's another solution.
There's another way.
There's another way.
We don't need to kill each other.
We don't need the guns. Here's a taser. And like, hey, he has a taser. No, you're missing the point.
Yeah.
We should defend him.
We should.
In court.
Yeah. But also, like, I met a guy recently on the other side of the international waters area.
Yeah.
And he had like a little metal stick. And I said, what's that? He goes, this is a weapon, you like hit people in the skull, I guess. And I go, like, in what context do you acquire one of those? He goes, I do Krav Maga, right? Which, again, is just some sort of crazy martial art based on, really hurting people badly.
Yeah, it's not even self, like, it's not where you fight somebody, it's where you destroy them.
Based on what we're saying right now, I'm surprised everyone doesn't have a taser. You should get one when you're on your confirmation.
Yeah.
When you're 14 years old.
Yeah.
You should get a taser. Level the playing field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, I'm going to hurt that guy. Don't. He'll tase you,
Yeah, but with the argument there is, well, then everybody should have a gun.
No, it isn't, because tasing isn't lethal. It's the perfect amount of revenge.
Right. Okay, let's just get through this last part here.
Okay.
So we know that he was molesting his foster adoptive children in the home, which is not ideal.
It's really uncomfortable. Children, that's our prized possession, that's our future and everything. For people to treat children like that, they need to be held accountable to the highest level of law. So.
According to the arrest report, one child describes instances of abuse where Jill Griffith, the mother, would press plywood on their chest and spray vinegar in their face.
We have a new sheriff in Columbia County. Hopefully he...
What town was this?
It doesn't really matter.
Oh, right.
But what matters is that they use food products, vinegar. You can put vinegar on fries, right?
Right.
You can put vinegar on a lot of stuff.
Yeah. It's also one of the main ingredients in adobo chicken.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just like wasting food.
Right.
Like that.
That's what they're doing.
Putting plywood on top of their chests and then pouring perfectly fine food onto their face.
Liquid food.
Ingredients.
Yeah.
Key ingredients.
Adobo ingredients.
Adobo. Maybe she made some adobo chicken and then, I don't know what happened, but maybe she had some vinegar left.
That's right.
We're jumping to conclusions here.
He antes up and does what he says he's supposed to do and take care of this crime.
The children are now in the care and custody of DCF. Reporting in Columbia County,
Columbia County.
Ezel, TV 20 News.
Help against them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So family is not always, it doesn't turn out the way you always planned it to.
It's difficult to have a family.
That we have learned.
Yeah.
It is difficult.
Yeah.
But I was surprised that he went to church.
Who?
The kid with the taser.
Right.
He goes to church.
Why did he go to church with the
Well,
taser?
he's a Christian, I guess.
Right.
He believes in Jesus.
Who's the kid? He's one of the abused?
They had some kids of their own, and but they also had some foster kids. They had 9 kids. They had 9 foster children, but they also had some. They had 5 of the children are biological to the family,
Right.
while 4 of them adopted in a private process in Arizona.
Right.
Yeah,
Sedona. By Sedona. Very hippie place.
Arizona.
I know. But Sedona is a place in Arizona.
So this is a. Brian Griffith claimed that a stun gun was a toy and fake, but it was real.
So who? Was he a biological kid?
Yeah, he was a biological. Yeah.
But why did he show up with a taser? What does that have to do with anything?
Why not show up with a taser?
Right.
Like, why don't you have a taser? That's the question.
That's true. Why didn't all the others have tasers?
Yeah, maybe they could protect themselves against the vinegar.
That's true.
That's
true.
So this is Jill, the woman, the mother here,
Right.
is also accused of forcing the children to lie on the floor and pressing a sheet of plywood on top of the child, resulting in pain and splinters. I don't understand quite how that works, but and here's the guy. He allegedly was beating the kids with a cane, but was careful not to leave a mark on the alleged victims.
And what is the lesson that you extrapolate from this that you feel our viewers deserve to be a part of?
This is in Arizona, right?
Right.
It gets hot. It's summer. People do crazy things when
Yeah.
it's summer.
That's true.
That's the point.
Yeah. Yeah. If you can't handle the heat, get out the kitchen.
Yeah. Get some plywood out there and bring the kids on, make some adobo chicken.
So I was talking to my mom recently, and she said that she met a woman who had no kids when she was younger, while she had 2 kids. And the woman with no kids, she was like, "Oh, when I have children, I'll do this and that and this, and I know exactly how it's done, and you're doing this wrong and that wrong." And then a couple of years later, she had kids, and she was very, very humbled.
Right.
So heat is difficult, and having a family is difficult.
It is.
It's good that you're sending out the message.
I'm just saying, even though you think you're a good parent, maybe you should get a second opinion on that.
Right.
Just a second opinion. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, is it wrong? Like, I have kids. It's so hot. It's summer. They want to. School is out for the summer. What should I do?
Right.
I've tried everything. I tried to be nice. I've tried. It's so hot. We don't have an air conditioning. We have 9 kids in this trailer park of ours, and I don't know what should we do. I tried plywood and vinegar, but they're not shutting up.
Right.
I gave him a taser. He went to church. That was wrong.
Right.
What am I doing wrong as a mother here?
Right.
Or a father?
I also like the fact that the guy being interviewed, he said, "This is a nice little calm town
It is.
where everything is great all the time."
It is.
Is it though?
Well, it is calm.
Right.
It seemed.
Right.
And obviously everybody kept to themselves. All that domestic violence happened domestically.
Right.
They didn't take it out.
No, they didn't.
And he brought a taser to church, which I think, again, is a Christian weapon.
It is.
What would Jesus do?
That's true.
He would tase you.
It's exactly what
He
he would
wouldn't
do.
shoot you.
No, he wouldn't.
Would he use a knife?
No.
No, he would turn his cheek and tase you.
That's what he would do.
Anyway, and also in the summer, people eat a lot.
Right.
Or they maybe eat less, actually, if I think about it.
I mean, you would think so. But I got through a recent heat wave mostly with chocolate.
Really?
Yeah.
Cold chocolate?
You would think it would be something like watermelon or electrolytes or less butter. But it was more of all of that.
Right.
Yeah. It was bad, man. I just figured it's so hot. I'm sweating. I should be allowed to do whatever I want.
Right.
Yeah.
I did have a conversation with you short because we don't really talk outside this podcast.
No, never.
Because we want to keep our sanity in check.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
But you did reveal in a phone call that you woke up at 4:30 in the morning and ate a whole cheesecake because you were hot.
I did.
Which I don't really understand because I would imagine if you get really hot, you don't really get an appetite.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, I'm used to waking up at 4 a.m. and having a bunch of Valium to go back to sleep. I don't have that anymore.
Well, not for the last 7 years.
That's true, but the closest thing is cheesecake. So you always got to have it on hand.
Yeah, but again, it's a long time ago.
Yeah, but then it's a long time ago because I keep cheesecake on hand.
Okay.
Anyway, I figured out what it was. You know, I went like 2 years without sugar. No problem whatsoever. But then I decided I should have some sugar again. My sugar addiction is so insane. I'm just now starting a new like healing journey from sugar.
Sure.
And you can follow me on Instagram.
Yeah, you started a healing journey to avoid sugar.
That's right.
Is that why you sent me a bunch of pictures of Cinnabons you made yesterday?
Yeah, because the way you stay away from sugar is you look at pictures.
You keep your enemy close. And closer or something.
No, but that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you do. You keep your friends
close, but
your enemies closer.
But your Cinnabons closer.
Yeah, you do keep them closer. So anyway, what I figured out was yesterday I didn't eat after 7 and I didn't have any sugar. And I woke up at 4 a.m. desperate for sugar. And I was just losing my mind. I couldn't function as a human being. I was trying everything to, take away this. It reminded me of being in rehab and wanting OxyContin. It was the same, but kind of worse a little bit. Because in rehab, there is no OxyContin. And there's a big fence with barbed wire on it. And a bunch of people in insane asylum outfits who are ready to take you down.
Right.
So you're taken care of. And maybe that's ideally what I should have in this situation too, is I should hire a couple of guys in mental institution suits to be there in the middle of the night and tackle me down when I go for the fridge.
Why can't they just have normal clothes?
Because then it's not official.
Why does it have to be official? Why can't they just be wearing some shorts and T-shirts and hold you down that way?
No. Because now they're random civilians. I don't respect them now.
All right. You need the authority.
I do. It has to be a white outfit, the one in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
Of course.
The uniform, right?
Yeah.
I would pay extra for them to wear the uniform.
Right.
So when I go for that fridge, what's interesting is the night before I figured I'm going to prepare myself now for the sugar-free life. So I ate all the sugar. I calculated it was something like 3,000 calories. I mean, it was not good at all. It was like 3,000 calories at 12:30 at night, Like, it was not good. So then I figured I need the mental institution suit people. And they weren't there. So all I could do was clear everything out. Anyway, I woke up at 4 a.m., totally desperate. Reminded me of being at rehab, and like they were giving you methadone, but it's not enough, and you're just like, fuck. And it was terrible. But I got through it somehow. And then somehow I woke up at 9:15. And I've been drinking coffee ever since. So I got a feeling I'm going to be a lot more ripped than you pretty soon. And a lot of people are going to be envious. And they're going to have a hard time living their lives. And I'm pretty sure Calvin Klein and a lot of the American Eagle, a lot of the jeans companies are going to be calling me pretty soon, wanting a part of the 8-pack action.
Yeah. We want to have some slim jeans on you ASAP.
That's right. They want.
Well, I think that statement alone describes the virgin, what did he say?
I think that statement alone reflects your virgining intelligence.
Virgining intelligence. Anyway, so let me ask you something. Maybe you know this. Why is it that there's not like a code on the refrigerator? Why isn't there like a code or like a thumb scan or like a lock on the fridge? Why isn't there like a time lock?
Like a rich Russian mob boss's safe.
Yeah.
Right? Like when they're trying to do a heist.
Well, it's more like, hey, you have to eat before 11 o'clock because then the fridge closes.
It becomes a safe.
It becomes a safe.
That's really smart.
Why isn't that?
That has got to be the best question I've ever heard.
Because then you can't go into your fridge and eat something.
I think if anyone ever were to ask me, why did you start the Truth Train podcast? It's stuff like this that I would reference.
But wouldn't you rather have a refrigerator where you store food? It doesn't have to be a fridge. It can be shelves.
Hey, also, I talk about the institution people. Earlier I talked about the ultimate the ultimate revenge weapon, which is a grenade, right? I could also pay a guy in a mental institution suit to just be hanging out in my kitchen ready with a grenade to threaten me. That would also keep me out of there.
Yeah, there should be a guy with a grenade in the kitchen in the night times.
To keep my calories down.
With a Claymore mine. Like, hey, if you want to have that cheesecake, we're all going.
We're all going down together.
And then the question becomes, do I now have power over myself?
Right.
Or do I eat the cheesecake?
Right.
And then go kablooey.
That's it. Because then you actually know what you're made of.
Actually. Because in war, that's where you meet your real friends, and that's when you know who you really are.
Yeah.
Are you the guy who does the forced lovemaking? Mm-hmm. Are you the guy who kills innocent lives? Or are you the guy who says, no, we're the good guys in this war. Mm-hmm. We don't eat the cheesecake in the middle of the night.
That's right.
We're not that guy. We don't blow ourselves up.
Yeah, you know what I did? The night before, in a desperate attempt to like calm down my fear of not having sugar, right? Yeah. I bought yogurt and I bought granola, and I had it there as sort of like a backup. And then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna ride this out. I went to bed. When I woke up at 4 a.m., I was like so desperate. It felt like I hadn't eaten for 8 months, And then I knew it was there.
Yeah, for 8 months. But how many hours were there actually?
5.
5.
But that's what sugar addiction is. It makes you hungry and desperate all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, but just listen. The granola, I had it there. The yogurt, I had it there. I had it all there. It was meters away from me. And then I just wrote it out like a real hero, So that's how I know that I would do well in a war.
Like a real... You didn't eat in the middle of the night?
That's right.
Like a real hero.
That's right.
Right.
But I usually never wake up in the middle of the night, but it was because I cut the sugar. So now my addiction is in charge.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know.
Okay, look. You know what bothers me?
When people don't believe you and your bullshit?
No.
Oh.
It's just, you see on Instagram and stuff, like there's these young people, they'll eat like 23,000 calories in one sitting, like testing Cheesecake Factory
Nobody
cakes.
does that.
They do that.
Who does that?
Ian Jacked Eats. Anyway.
That's the video I have here?
All I'm saying is this. He's just this kid who sits there and eats and eats and eats and eats and eats. And he has a jawline like a Greek god.
Right.
He looks like Thor's son.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, I'm trying to stick to like 2,500 calories a day. I'm doing all these mental gymnastics about don't drink this, don't eat that, try to fast. It's all nightmarish, How come he gets to eat so much and I don't get to?
Well, here's the video of a guy who's thin and young.
Yeah.
And eating incredible half-pound cookies.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
YouTube, and welcome to today's video. Today we have cookies from Bake It by Angie. This is their new year, new dough lineup.
He's sitting in his car outside his parents' house, obviously.
But it's also the new year, new dough lineup.
Yeah.
First up here, we got Super Bowl Sunday. It's got a delicious fudge peanut butter taste. Peanut butter's not too overpowering.
This is a 6-minute video of him eating in his car.
That's his job.
Well, it isn't really.
He makes a lot of money. He's got like 400,000 followers on Instagram alone.
Yeah, but on YouTube, he has 7,000 followers.
Well, that's because he's just starting out in YouTube, most likely.
And the last 6 months, he has 4,000 views on this video.
Well, I mean...
Well, I'm offended because we're on YouTube as well. And we don't have that.
No, we don't.
And we do much more important stuff.
Yeah, we do real important stuff.
He just eats stuff.
Look, he gets to eat huge amounts of cheesecake. Describe what you see.
He's just eating cookies or a donut and dipping it in milk and he's just.
But it's part of the new year, new dough lineup.
What is this? Hey, they look delicious. Welcome to
Super Bowl Sunday, 9.3.
I love your content.
Super good hot fudge peanut butter taste. Peanut butter.
Okay, these are the comments here. Okay, he's sitting in his car eating donuts or cupcake cookies, whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, love your content. Just wondering if you would be able to adjust the camera angle or the angle at which you show the cookie fillings, just because we can't really see it.
These people have important stuff going on.
I'm gonna write him right now.
Okay.
You are insane.
You'll know what it means.
You know exactly what that means. You are insane. I have to troll him. Like, that's an insane statement.
Yeah. I can't see the cooking fillings well enough.
Please don't ever quit YouTube.
But please don't ever quit YouTube. They're begging him. Please.
This is and people expect me to fight the Russians in a war when this are the people around me?
Yeah.
Hey, you have to support the troops and are the West because of the. I hope the Chinese rule the world.
Right.
When I look at this shit.
You know, I got to be honest. Like, part of my lifestyle, okay, is that I will bake a massive cake.
Right.
I'll fast for 48 hours and then I'll eat
But you don't
half.
really do that.
Well, I try.
No. Listen.
I try.
Okay, let's have a conversation. Do you want to have a conversation? Let's have a conversation.
Okay.
Okay, for the people who are listening. Look, we talk a lot of bullshit.
Right.
Here's a real conversation. First of all, you're mentally deranged, okay? That's number one.
You have no proof of that.
Number two, well, I have 20 videos on these cameras. I don't, like, there's a body of work of insanity here
Right.
that is easy to prove.
That people respect, by the way.
Number two, you talk a big game about, like, hey, I'm fasting. I haven't eaten anything for 24 hours.
Yeah.
But that's not really true. You have eaten something, but it's so like it's like for a normal human being, it's a normal amount. But for you, it's so little that seems like fasting. Mm-hmm. And then you say, like, I eat a whole cake and then I fast for 48 hours.
Yeah.
And then I just ask you one, but you don't really do that. Well, I kind of, the idea is there and I'm contemplating and it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
What it is, it's a lot of hot air. Okay?
Right.
That's what it is.
I mean,
It's hot air.
I would say it's a lot of butter.
It's what it is.
Yeah.
It's CO2 coming out of your body trying to digest all the pressure of all the cake eating in the middle of the night. That's number 2 or 3 or whatever that number is.
Right.
Here's another number.
Right.
The fact that you have like this, it's never like, I love cake. I love this. I have an addiction.
No.
I have sugar addiction. I tried methadone. That's easy on a Sunday. But sugar cake, you can't resist that.
No.
It's your head.
Yeah.
It's on wrong.
No.
They put it on wrong.
I think everyone else's head is on wrong. I think they're all in denial. I think all of you are in denial.
Your cravings.
I've been watching my butter consumption recently because I remember I was with you in a moving truck about a year ago. And you started talking about less oil, less butter, less this, less that. And I went home, and I just remember sitting there in the darkness thinking, I'll show him, you know?
Yeah.
And and I did.
Yeah. And it really hurt me.
Yeah.
You really hit back.
But I ate too much butter. But anyway, I'm good at the extremes. Nothing, everything, right? So here's what bothers me. If I say I'm now going to lose a bunch of weight, then for some reason that's less believable than this kid who's eating 40,000 calories a day in his car in front of his parents' house with the jawline. If he says, I'm not going to get fat, you would believe him before you would believe me, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but he's young and he's probably an athlete. Who knows? The point is this. Your focus on food is insane. We have 22 for whatever hours of podcasts.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other ones from a previous game we played.
Right.
Where your focus on food and drugs and, insane asylums.
Right.
Is justifiably a commitment. You should be committed to some institution.
I think women respect it.
Are you single?
Yes.
How strange.
Yeah, I know. I know.
But they respect it, you said.
Yeah.
If anyone liked anything of what, because I wonder sometimes, what do you talk about on your dates? When you go on a date, what do you talk about? Is this what you talk about? Is this your 3 topics? Food, drugs, being committed to an insane asylum. Is that your 3 topics?
No, I want a mental institution employee with a grenade in my kitchen.
And you're wondering why you're single.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I remember I've asked women and I've said, like, listen, if the laws of physics didn't apply, if the laws of thermodynamics didn't apply, if you could eat whatever you wanted for a whole day, like, what would you do if there were no rules in the universe? What would you eat? And they're go, I don't know, a cinnamon bun maybe? And I'm like, what? And then I just start listing.
And this is what you talk about on your dates?
Yeah.
This is the topics.
Yeah, that in the meat market.
And you know what the worst thing is?
What?
I know that this is true.
It is?
Because you probably have a routine that you do.
There's not a routine.
Yeah, it's a routine. You go on a date with somebody and then you start like, hey, let me ask you something. And then you're like, this, I've told her, and this is, you have a routine, you're doing material.
No.
I think you do.
I'm not.
Let me ask you something and try to answer this honestly. How many dates have you asked that specific question about if you could choose, if the laws of nature doesn't apply, what would you eat? How many dates?
It sounds weird when you say it.
Yeah, it sounds weird, huh?
When you say it.
Yeah.
When the laws of nature don't apply.
Well, even like Hitler would say, well, when you kill them, it's wrong. When I do it, it's right. Right. So how many times do you think?
I don't know. You gotta gauge the person. You have to see that they are
How many times?
No, listen, you got to see that they are also a fat person in a skinny person's body, always fighting their urges in some sort of epic battle of the universe against flavor versus muscle,
Right.
Like they have to be in the epic, timeless struggle in their head. Once I find the struggle, then I can unload about my food stuff. But if you find sane people or normal people who are what I like to call boring people, then you can't attack them with this stuff.
My point is still, how many times have you asked that specific question on a date?
17% of the time.
17. Mm-hmm. That means at least 50%.
Well, no, it doesn't.
I think it does.
It really doesn't.
17. 17. What a specific, strange number.
Okay, but here's what I find to be interesting. Look, I always watch what people are doing. I'm a watcher. It's what I do.
You are a watcher.
I'm doing research.
Right.
So some people, they'll go into a bakery and they have very low quality baked goods there. And these people will say, well, I just want something to eat. And then they'll eat their body weight, basically, and a bunch of useless carbohydrates that aren't even good. So now you're destroying your metabolic health for nothing. So what I what I enjoy, I would say my number one hobby on earth, like if I were to send in a resume right now to
that's
BlackRock.
on Earth, right? Yes, this specific planet. We can talk about the other ones afterwards.
That's it. So I would say my number one is to sit there and discuss what calories are worth it and what calories aren't.
Right.
If I got morbidly obese for the right reasons, I could live with it. But if I became morbidly obese for the wrong reasons, I couldn't handle it psychologically. And I want to know where on that spectrum are they? And it's not just dates, by the way. It's colleagues, it's people I work with. It's anyone where I can tell that they're in the epic struggle, the timeless struggle in their head, like me. You know?
No, I don't know. I don't know. I do not know.
You know. Man. Because you're weird. Like, I've seen you go into a place.
I'm weird.
Yeah, but you go into a place and you say, like, hello, I'll have a cinnamon bun. Like, what kind of a mental patient are you?
We can't continue talking about food.
Can't we?
Like it's pornography.
You mean like it's narcotics?
Or that.
Wow.
We can't continue. Ugh. Because this is it's an insane spiral. We're not getting out of it. Your worshipping of food is insane.
You know, I texted you yesterday and I said, look, I've baked a bunch of cinnamon buns. And then you said, I'd rather not have those because I don't want to become obese.
Right.
And then I wrote, pathetic.
Yes.
Which you are.
Yes.
And here's what actually happened. Let me just give you a little bit of backstory on that.
Because it's a big, elaborate thing.
There's like, listen, there's an origin story here.
Of course.
So my family, basically my mom, she put together a cinnamon bun dough. And she said, listen, I need to warn you, son, you know, like basically said to me like someone else would tell their child that like, look, your kitten is dead. She approached me in that kind of way. She said, look, I need to tell you something now. I'm putting together a cinnamon bun dough, but I'm going to put a moderate amount of sugar and cinnamon in there because I don't want them to be insane. And I know that the guests we have here also want them to be of normal caliber. And obviously I threw a huge fit. I lost my mind. I'm a bit older now, so I kept it to myself. Like outwardly, I seemed cool.
Right.
I could play it. I was like, yeah, sure. Maybe some people like less, whatever. And I just went down by the ocean. I was like throwing rocks in the ocean. Like, who in their right mind puts less sugar? And not only that, but she wanted to put normal sugar, not brown
you
sugar.
Were screaming to the ocean.
That's right.
Still not insane.
Because I care. People don't care. Anyway, so then she made these. There was not enough cinnamon. There was not enough sugar. There was not enough anything. I don't even know what they were. They were just buns shaped like cinnamon buns with no filling in them. Literally, I couldn't sleep that night. I was tormented, tortured. My brain was going like, why would you? It's like building a car with no wheels on it. Where's it going to go? I mean, how's this thing going to drive? Or like, even better, a car without an engine. Like, what the hell's the point? What are you even doing? You know what I mean? Like, this is completely irresponsible behavior. You can't make...
Look, listen to yourself.
Yeah, but look.
You're talking about your mother's cinnamon buns. And you're almost being committed to an asylum here.
What I'm talking about is irresponsible behavior.
Right.
I'm talking about people who don't see the big picture and who are doing things that can never be defended in a court of law.
Right.
So anyway, she noticed my inner turmoil. She said, look, I'm making another dough because they were all eaten, right? Which I don't know what the hell that says about the rest of the people who are there, but then she gave me half a dough and I made it my way.
Right.
And my way is like half a kilo of brown sugar and cinnamon and butter and butter and butter and butter. And if there was a butter police, they would break down the door. And at that moment, that's when you know you're not even halfway with the butter. And you're shoving this in and you do the roll. You put it in there. You put fucking heavy cream in it. It absorbs in while it's in the oven. It's a whole thing. It's amazing. And that's the picture I sent you. Someone who's willing to take responsibility for making a proper pastry as opposed to this nonsense. I mean, imagine a hot air balloon without helium. How's that going to go? You tell me.
They don't have helium in a hot air balloon. You stupid idiot.
Whatever. The one that makes it go up.
They both go up?
No, but no. Listen, I think it's completely
If you put... What happens when you have fire and helium? What happens?
I don't know.
What happened to the Hindenburg? I'll give you one guess.
What is
Hindenburg? What happened?
Fine, it blew
I'll give
up.
you a hint. The humanity.
What is the juice inside the hot air balloon?
Listen to the statement. Listen to what you just said. What happens in the hot air balloon?
It's just hot air.
Exactly.
That's it.
Like what's coming out of your face.
Oh, man. You know, it's so funny. You're pretending to play it cool with this whole cinnamon bun story, but you would be on my side.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, you would.
I like a Cinnabon.
Dude.
But I don't want this to become a food podcast about a guy who loses his fucking mind over his mother who's not putting enough filling into a Cinnabon, goes down to the water, throw rocks, and shouts out to the ocean. Like angrily. Grown-ass man.
Yeah, but
you should have a family. You should have kids. They should be running around naked or in nappies and like, hey, daddy, tell me a story about your life and what your accomplishments. You should have a wife making food, healthy food with potatoes and gravy, and then kissing you on the whatever the fuck, your forehead.
Look,
and then go to bed with each other. And then, like, I'm glad the children got to bed early without problems. Yes, I love you, honey. And then you go to bed, and then you go to work. Instead of shouting onto the ocean
about cinnamon
like
filling.
a failed human being.
About cinnamon filling.
It's insane.
Well, here's what I'll tell you what it is. It's a master genius stroke is what it is. Because
fuck.
The women who are listening to this podcast, of which there are many, they...
Less and less, I would imagine.
But they are intrigued by this VIP pass into my brain. And they're going, finally, a man who tells it like it is. You know, all the rest of us, we're all angry about the filling, but we don't do anything about it.
Right.
This guy doesn't hide who he is. He's authentic. And he marches down to the ocean and he throws stuff and he throws a tent. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. There's a lot of people in an asylum who thinks they're Napoleon who's authentic.
I'm just saying, I think people respect the passion. And this whole family thing you're speaking of, I think that comes to you when you show people how passionate you are, and at the same time how genuine you are. You know?
Really?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So you're telling me right now.
Mm-hmm. This is my dating profile.
You're telling me right now that if a woman is listening to this podcast right now,
yeah,
and hearing about you getting controlled, mind you, like angry in front of your mother, and then you turn around, you walk down the steps to your little boathouse that your family have built for you because they don't want to even have you inside their house, which I absolutely support.
Right.
Keep the animal outside.
Mm-hmm.
You throw rocks and shout to the ocean. Mm-hmm. Did you think any of these women think, well, you know what? I would love to have his DNA. I would love to have his family.
Yeah.
You think so?
I'm pretty sure.
And let me say, let's say that's true.
Yeah.
Let's say that's true. There's a woman right now listening to this, and she's saying, "What? You know what? That's a guy for me." That's the one I should put all my eggs in the basket with.
She already sounds crazy. Yeah, I'm with you. Yes. Okay.
Is that a good woman, you think?
Just like, nice.
These are the questions you would have to answer in court.
Yells about the cinnamon filling.
Is this a good? Do you think this is a good thing? Is that the woman you think would kiss you on the cheek and make the gravy dinner with the meat and the potatoes, and then have kids, and then the chickens or whatever the hell you want?
You know what I think? I think she would never eat a high-calorie food that wasn't the best of the best. And at the end of the day, I don't know what else you would base a relationship on, but basically just the calorie hierarchy that you're willing to be a part of. So either you eat high nutrient-dense food, kind of, but if you're going to eat something terrible, make it the best thing ever. I remember when I was in college, there was an Asian kid who dealt pot. Okay, everybody bought pot from him. And then one day he said, I can get you a full pound of shag really, really cheap. Now, shag is basically when you have a huge pot plant. There's buds, which are high quality. Then the rest of it is just leaves, and that's what they call shag. Really low quality stuff, right? So my friend said, oh, man, we can get a pound of shag from this Asian guy. And I said, what, are you out of your mind? You think I'm going to waste the smoking capacity that I have in a lifetime on low quality narcotics? Not on my watch. You see? And already there, boom, I set the bar. And people respected it, even if they never admitted it or understood it or even acknowledged it. So I know for a fact that the woman that I'm going to marry, she also said no to shag in college. Like pot leaves.
Yes. Not shag as the British.
No, pot leaves. Because it's low quality stuff. It makes no sense. Why would you make a cinnamon bun and not put enough cinnamon and sugar? I mean,
she made it for the guests.
Yeah, but why?
Who are not animals who lives in their own house because they don't want you inside the house.
Why are you assuming that they would want less sugar? Why would they want a less tasty cinnamon bun?
Listen, if they had a dog, they would put you and the dog in the same room.
You know what? I think what you're saying is irresponsible.
Because you and the dog have the same impulse control. If a dog sees food, he will eat the food. Much like you.
I'm almost now of the persuasion that if you're a person in your private home making cinnamon buns and you don't put the right amount of filling and also you don't put the vanilla cream in the middle,
right?
There should be an investigation.
Food again with the
I'm just saying,
this is pornography for you.
If that's not worthy of an investigation,
you have to in conclusion,
right?
You have to, and I mean this sincerely,
right?
You have to spend money on a group of doctors to check your head. I mean, not just have conversations with you, but they should open up the hood and have a look inside and see if they can do some surgery.
How about this? How about this? If 5 people write into the show and say, we are also the same, we support him, our brains also work like that.
Yeah, but are those the people you want to be with?
Maybe they could be my doctor
Don't
team.
You want to be with the winners in society, not the fucking insane asylum on tour?
But who's to say I'm not the winner and everyone else is the loser?
The one who's shouting at the ocean is the loser. It's very evident. It's self-evident.
Right. That's what they want you to think.
I'm saying, as I try this in conclusion, I'm saying you need a group of people,
right,
to figure out your love of food and what are you. It's an overcompensate. There's something compensating with the food. You have to figure out what that is. What is this? I need this for me. I need this for me. Me, my own. What is that? What is that?
Me, my own.
What is this?
Yeah.
Why do I wake up in the middle of the effing night?
Right.
Trying to eat a whole cake because I'm hot. What is the logic? What is wrong in the brain tank?
Nothing cools you down like a cake.
Because this is not something that happened after you out of rehab and all that shit. But this, the story you tell me about when I was raised up in Singapore and Hong Kong, there was a kid who got $20 and he ate all the Coca-Colas and the pizzas. And it's just like, what's wrong with this fucking guy? And then that was back then. But now I'm
rehabilitated.
No, that's not the word. No, now I'm normal. Now I'm back into society.
That's it.
I'm sane again. And it's just like, and then it's back to the pizzas and it's back to the cinema. It's like there's something wrong. And the more money you spend on the doctors, the more you can save on the food.
Maybe.
No, not maybe. That's a fact.
Maybe.
Today I made chicken, barbecue, Korean, Mongolian beef.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Today I made North Korean, fucking
North Korean
duck
kimchi
sauce.
That's right.
Okay. Today I made Stalin's favorite dessert. Today I made Pinochet pistachio cream. Yeah. Today I made Phnom Penh killing field soup.
Okay, look.
Today I made Gazan genocide fillings.
Okay, look. Find me, can you honestly say that the majority of people you know wouldn't go into a mini cinnamon filling psychosis if someone threatened do not.
Cinnamon filling psychosis.
To inadequately fill. I mean, I don't even. Okay, how about this? Could you eat a pizza without cheese on it?
No.
I mean, how is this not the same? Wouldn't you also scream at the ocean? Where's the cheese? You know? You
should be euthanized.
Right?
You should have surgery. They should have surgery and they should find the tumor and then they should kill you.
You know what? You have just been brainwashed by the anti-calorie propaganda. Right. The food pyramid people have gotten to you.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh yeah, eat carbohydrates. Don't eat too much butter, all this crap. And at the end of the day, when I get diabetes and I get dementia, and I'm so obese that I'm like, I can't waddle around anymore. So I'm put in a wheelbarrow and I'm, there's an immigrant woman who's paid by the government to wheelbarrow me down the street. When that happens, if I know for a fact that everything I ate had enough filling, then I can live with it. You know what? You live with your choices, no problem. But if I was eating fillingless pastry and I ended up like that,
and end up in a wheelbarrow,
you
would be unhappy.
That's the wrong trajectory to a wheelbarrow, my friend.
Well, that's a perfectly sane statement. People, thank you for listening. I bid you farewell.
#facts.
Please tell this guy that he's insane. Please, I beg of you, because he won't stop unless some people tell him.
Or
because I have no power here.
Or you can just send messages of agreement, because I think
If you agree with him, send that. If you disagree with him, trying to save his life, send that.
I've touched a nerve here in the popular culture.
You've touched something.
Yeah.
Bye.